What's up YouTube, back again, another video for you today, and in this one we're going to be talking about TIFF files, JPEGs, RAW files and your workflow. Do you really need to use TIFF files? That is a question I'm going to be answering today. Hear me out on this one, you might learn something.
Do you want to know a secret?
Right guys, before I do this video, I've got an update for Evoto, so I'm going to do that first before we crack on with the video. We'll get the update done and then I'll get back to you. Right guys, before we do carry on with this video, I'm just going to say we are coming up to Black Friday. Now there is a link below this video if you want to get yourself up to 35% off the packages that are available off the Evoto website. And as well, I've added a discount code that will get you a further 5% off anything you do purchase this week up until the 29th. I think it's running. So, yep, grab the discounts while you can. Okay, back to the video. So at the start, I'm going to be talking about TIFF files v JPEGs, and do you really need to use them? In my honest opinion, I would say 99% of anybody using Evoto or software like this does not need to be using TIFFs, and now that's just a fact. Now, a lot of people, may have been on forums, etc., and people have said, yeah, you've got to use TIFFs, you've got to save everything as a TIFF file and waste all your hard drive space or your external hard drive space. You just really don't have to. I'm just going to show you that now. Right, so we've got some pictures on here I'm going to go through, and then I will leave some of these in a link as well if you want to go and have a look at them yourself, and then just decide yourself, do you really need to be using TIFF files, or a JPEG's going to be perfect for you? Or for, like I said, 99% of the people that use this sort of software, they just don't need to be saving anything in a TIFF file. Now, if you were using cameras from 20 years ago and you want to try and get the best out of that RAW file or that image, then maybe so. But for modern cameras, TIFF files, honestly, you are wasting your time. Only my opinion, but I really think you are. And I'm just going to show that to you now. Okay, so we've got this picture here. This was shot a few years ago, and as you can see, it's got amazing quality. Now this will print off to a easily 30 by 20 inch picture, and it will look amazing. And this file is probably less than 2 megs in size, and it's a JPEG. And it was shot on I think it was a Canon, it might have been a 5D. I think it was a 5D, that one. We've got this image here, a close-up of a ring at a wedding. This was shot years ago on I think it was a Sony A500 or 5000. Again, TIFF file wouldn't be needed. This will print off to A4, no problem, and your client would be happy. Again, picture here, Canon 5D, amazing quality with a 50mm lens in JPEG format. You just don't need to be saving this in a TIFF. This is going to be adequate to print up again to 20 by 30 inch prints, and they will just look as amazing as they do on the screen now. Another example here, this one is it's less than a meg in size, the file, but the quality's there. And again, this will print off to large format size files, large format size prints. Now, I can say all this because I have in my garden shed a A1 printer, and I can print any of these files off, and I would be happy, and so would the client be. Now, all I'm saying here by saying this is that you just don't need to be wasting so much time going from Lightroom, saving TIFFs, back to Lightroom, JPEG, sending JPEGs to clients, blah, blah, blah. You are wasting a lot of time doing all these sort of processes. My opinion is RAW files into Lightroom, edit in your, Evoto or whatever it is you're using, and then the file comes back into Lightroom and then export as a JPEG, and you're ready to go. Seriously, the file sizes of TIFFs with modern cameras you just don't need to do, and you're not going to see any difference. And I'm going to prove that to you now. Okay, so we've got a file here. Now this is, I want you to tell me, I'm not going to say which one is the TIFF file. So we've got that file there. We've got this file here. And then we've got this file here. This was shot on a 20-year-old camera. This was shot on a 20-year-old camera again. And we've got this one here shot on a 20-year-old camera. Now, if you can discern the difference, well, good on you, but I don't think you can. And your clients will not know either. So I'm just proving to you here. One of these first two here is a TIFF, one is a JPEG, and then one of these is a RAW file, and one's a JPEG and one's a TIFF. But these last three here, I'm showing you here, was shot on a 6 megapixel camera from over 20 years ago. And again, the quality it produces, if you know what you're doing, is going to make your clients happy. So to be fair, you do not need TIFF files in your life these days. Now, people on, like I said, forums, Facebook groups will say, oh, what my workflow, I save from this and then I save everything as a TIFF. Well, if you've got 10 million terabytes of storage and you want to waste your time saving TIFFs, go ahead. But seriously, you don't need to. Okay, the rant on the TIFFs is over. Let's get into some editing. So don't forget, guys, if you do like this channel and the things I talk about and the advice I offer, don't forget, click the bell, like, subscribe, leave a comment. It does help my channel. Okay, so the first feature we're going to look at is we're going to look at, first of all, what's new. We've got a new version of Evoto come out, and we've got the comprehensive. I'm not going to look at that because it just doesn't work, in my opinion. Okay, hair volume. Now, have they fixed the errors with this feature they've added? I don't think they have properly. Now, again, I'm not slagging this software. I'm just saying things that don't work right. I use it all the time. It is an amazing piece of kit. Some of the features got in there are just unbeatable at the moment, but some of the features they are adding just don't work right. And I'm just going to show you that now. Gummy smile doesn't work. Frequency separation, okay, we've got these other things, other updates and optimization. It's all good. But one of the features that they've added that doesn't work is the hair volume. And I'm going to show you that now. I've just closed it down for some reason. What am I doing? Hair, there we go. Okay, so we've got the hair part line. Now that does work. It will tidy up that part line. It doesn't make it as distracting. As it was, a little bit too much white on show. So it takes that distraction away. Works perfect. Now, the hair volume is where they've got the issue. Now that, on this occasion, it does look like it's added a little volume, bit of volume to the top. Now, that's fine. But we've got all this hair here that we might want to add a little bit of volume to as well. Excuse me. So then we've got if we unclick it, we can do one side at a time, but we'll leave it clicked. We can do the left and right side of the hair volume. Now it only addresses this little bit here, which in my opinion is not hair volume how it should work. How it should work, I will show you in Portrait Pro. We will go to hair volume. We've got the hairline as well if we wanted to move that. But look, it's adjusting all of the hair. We're getting volume to everything, which is what I would, in my opinion, be correct. The correct way of doing it, as in hair volume, is all the hair, not just the top, not just the sides, Hairline, perfect. Top hairline, it all works fine. But it's this I've got the issue with. Okay? It needs to move everything. Or even if they add a little brush that we can, you know, add the parts that we want to, give the volume to, highlight it with a brush tool, and then use the side hair volume to adjust either this area, or if we've brushed all the way down here, it will expand it all. Now again, like I said in a previous video, we could use the hand tool if it works. Let me just see. We could use a hand tool, but again, that it just defeats the object. If we wanted to bring some of this out, okay, we can do that. But if you add a tool in, we shouldn't have to do this. It should just, this just should work as I showed you in the other software. Anyway, that's only my opinion. I could be wrong. Right, okay, so we're going to do a full edit on, let's go for the file we had here. And, oh, okay, so we'll go into here first of all, and we're just going to adjust the color. We're going to bring the temperature down just slightly. Don't want to go too much. I think about there will do. And the tint as well, we're going to bring that down. And then we're going to head into here. Now, if you look at here, this hair needs adjusting. We've got sort of like a problem with the angle's just off on the, I'm just over this side just a little bit, so we've got a little bit of a issue with the hairline here, which I think I can just fix manually. We're going to bring this side down just to even out the top of that head, and we're good to go. Okay, so we've got some issues. We've got some dust on the lens here that has shown up on the image. Again, Evoto, clean backdrop, amazing. Oh, it's still there. Let me just go solid backdrop, distractions removal. Let's go for distractions as well. Color banding removal. There we go, it's all gone. So those issues we had here have been fixed, no problem, as you can see. All the little bits of dirt on the back of the backdrop, all gone. Amazing. Don't forget, guys, you want this software at a discounted rate, check the link below. Up to 35% off the packages that they have on offer, and an extra 5% off with the discount code I have provided. Save yourself some money. Okay, so now we're going to bring that down just a little bit. Excuse me. Skin retouching. We're going to go in here. Now all we want to do is the little bits of blemishes. So we're going to bring the freckles one off. Keep that as best we can. And I mean, all the features I'm going to be using now are just amazing. Like I said, I slag the software off when I think there's an issue, but in general, what it does is just amazing, and it is unbeatable in some of the areas that it does. Anyway, let's carry on. Dark circles, we're bringing that one up. Eye wrinkle, up a little bit. No forehead wrinkles to speak of. Smile lines, no, but we're going to get a little bit of this chap lip wrinkles. We're just going to fix them. Again, don't go too much when you use these sliders. Neck wrinkle, we've got a little bit here. Let's tidy that up. Again, double chin, we don't need it. Sculpt, dodge and burn. Did you see that? Facial contours, we're just going to get them up just a little bit. Now remember, some things you need to go all the way up, and some things are just not needed, but I think the contours are looking good there. Texture smoothing, frequency separation, I'm not going to use any of them. We don't need to use a softer skin. We've got some body blemishes there that I didn't see. Let me just go back up. Blemish removal, body blemish. Let's see if they go. So the mole, they might have wanted that on up. Face mole, we'll keep that on. But the body blemish has taken away a mole there, which we could bring back later. We'll just get the editing done first of all. Neck wrinkle, we've done that one. Don't forget, guys, you like this channel, give me a like. We're just going to add a little bit of clarity back into the skin. And we'll come back down. Teeth touch-up is one of the features that I don't think works correctly. It's a shame because, anyway, I'm not going to go into slagging off too many features because there is so many features that do work well. Okay, facial reshape. Do I want to change that? Let me just check. I'm going to bring I'm going to bring the vertical position up. Just, I mean, look at this. This is amazing what they've added. It's really good. I'm going to bring it up to probably, let's have a look, 50% on that. We're going to thicken those eyebrows up just a little bit. And eyes, we're just going to adjust those as well. Let's unlock that. Bring that one up. Bring that one up as well. We're going to keep all the rest of it the same. Teeth touch up. Let's just have a look at the flaw removal. On, off. We're going to use that today, actually. Maybe not all the way up. Maybe let's just go 50% on that. Teeth whitening. We'll just bring the whiteness up just a little bit. Maybe 60% on the whiteness. Now, what else do I need to do in here? Skin retouching. No, 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 no. Eyes section. We'll just get rid of those veins as well. We'll brighten the eyes up just a little bit. And then there we go. Removing red veins. I will go to the 50% matte, just so we've got a little bit in there, but we've tidied them up slightly. Right, okay. We're not going to change the hair colour. What else do I need to do? Let's close that one down. Close the eye one down. I'm just going to, while I remember, I'm just going to bring that head down just a little bit, and this neck. I'm just going to bring that neck in just a little bit on this side as well. Before I forget, then we're going to go into the makeup section. Eyebrow makeup, we're just going to darken those eyebrows up just a little bit. And then we're going to add some of those freckles back in. Face decoration, let me see which one will work best. I will go with number 3. Keep that around there. Face contour, let me just go back on the picture. That one's too much. We're going to go with that one, number 8. Lipstick, we'll just add a little bit of colour. Let's go for the pink one. And then we'll go for dewy. Just add a little bit of shimmer. And I'll be happy around about there. Eyelashes, we're going to exaggerate the eyelashes as well. Let's go full on bold for this picture. eyeliner, we'll add a light coating. Contacts we don't need to add. Eyeshadow we don't need to add. Eyebrows we don't need to add. And we're done. I'm going to call it a day there. So there you go, guys. We've done a quick edit. We've talked about the TIFF files that you just don't need to use, and we'll see you in the next video.